I am, you don't know names or? No. Okay, well, I'm not blank, it's not my given name, but we'll use it for today.
I'm Hot Mama.
I'm Wormy. And I'm Wormy. And we are the bloggers from Fitchburg, so hopefully some of you guys have read our stuff. You should clap after I say that. So we're doing a presentation today basically about some of the impacts and issues and problems that come up when you have a personal blog and people know who you are and how it impacts your relationships, your jobs, your mental health, a whole bunch of different things. So we want it to be very, very interactive. So if you guys have like any questions or want to know anything, or if we don't give you enough information on the blog and you have something else you kind of want to know, feel free to just ask, because we really want this to be
a discussion rather than us just rambling on.
And I could sit up here and ramble for 45 minutes. That's not even a problem. But so we're going to start off. Actually, this PowerPoint presentation was done by Wormy, who did not know PowerPoint.
I taught myself PowerPoint.
Yeah, she taught herself. I'm sorry. Oh, we got the fun clap up.
Hey, there's no sound in the overflow.
Jackie, that's you. Yeah, he's coming.
Thank you.
He's coming. Okay, so I guess we'll start off. We really didn't think about a format. We didn't. Unfortunately, we lost some planning days because I had a baby. So. That's the first thing you need to know about. Yeah, the first thing you need to know about the blog is it's really about me. So online personalities versus the real deal, and I guess we'll just start with Wormy and maybe just go down the line.
One of the things is I think a lot of people think know us just because they read about us. There's so much you don't know about us, which is probably a good thing because we do hide a lot of the really bad stuff. So, I mean, I don't think that any of us really, our whole personalities are online, which I think is a good thing. I don't think you want to have every single stitch of your entire life out there. I mean, she knows. That's what's striking, guys. There's so much you don't know about line playing. You think you do. Our Twitter, or our IM conversations, our phone conversations, our text messages.
We could write a real book.
That would be really, really good.
We talk about poop way more than
Mine can text message me every time she poops.
There it is. Okay.
No, I don't, honey. I don't do that at all. So I think there is like a big discrepancy between who you think you're reading about online and who we are in real life, and I think that's the natural way to be. I know a lot of people probably think that I'm a giant party animal. I'm totally not anymore. I was. Yeah, for at least until we're on the bottle, and then maybe we'll see what happens. But so there's this real discrepancy between the personalities we put out there on the blog and who we are in real life. What do you think your biggest difference is? What would they be surprised to know about you that you could tell?
Oh God, I don't know.
Well, I also think it's important that, what's real, what's exaggerated, everything that we do talk about is real. There might be a slight exaggeration for comedic purposes, but for the most part, every single story that we write is 100% true.
Yeah.
It's just frightening.
Well, actually, I have a good example of that. I wrote a blog about something, and I said something about doing illicit drugs. And now, you guys all know my boyfriend's mom reads the blog, okay? And he's like, now my mom's going to think you do drugs, which I don't. I don't do drugs. Obviously, I was pregnant. And I didn't really do them much before, so it's not a big deal. But I would like to think that our readers are smart enough that they know that that is for effect. It's not, we like Carlos or Wormy said, Carlos, all of our stories are true. They absolutely happen. And for the most part, they happen the way we tell them. But there's definitely that little element.
Comedic embellishments.
Yeah, so if you see something about me doing drugs,
it didn't really happen.
It didn't really happen.
At least not this year.
Yeah. So there's that. And I don't know. I hope that comes through with the way that we write. So.
And as far as the real views and opinions, I think everything that we put on there is our real view. We're not going to lie and say one thing when we really feel another way. So whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it, that's definitely always the case.
We've made a point too. You might notice we never talk about politics We don't talk about.
We make a point not to do that.
Yeah, we don't talk about current events or religion. Yeah. We don't want our blog to be about. We could easily all make it about that, and the three of us could probably rip each other's hair out arguing about how we feel and think about these things.
That's true.
But that's all it's about. It's not an opinion blog. It's not an events blog. It's not. We don't really have a point of view. I mean, we do individually, but our blog doesn't. Which sometimes it makes it difficult because sometimes we feel like.
Do you love my power?
I love it. Sometimes I feel like we lack cohesion, and we've had a talk as like the people that blog about what's the point of our blog, and we've just decided the point of our blog is just to entertain. So,
yeah, that's all we're really trying to do.
Yeah, so if you are ever reading our blog and going, what's the point?
It's like Seinfeld.
For your amusement.
Yeah, we're not trying to change the world, people. We're just trying to ourselves. Yeah, because sometimes at work we're slow. So, yeah, you want to take this slide?
Sure. Being judgy McJudger's theme. Don't expect readers to always agree with you. Clearly, when we talk about our life and the things that we choose to do with our life, you might not agree with it. So, if you're writing a blog, be sure that you understand people are not always going to agree, and you might get a lot of negative feedback, and I'm sure everybody has. So, definitely be prepared for that to
might
happen.
not like the fact that, my kid, if anybody has read my post, has dragged chairs over to my bar and taken swigs of vodka. I think it's hilarious. Not so much. I'm not condoning my child drinking, but it's
not
just
mixing them for
yeah, not for a couple years at least.
Yeah, well, then he'll be mixing them for you. That's
true.
I'm working on mine now.
Mommy needs a break.
And along the same vein, and we're not forcing that opinion on you. So, just because her kid might take a drink once in a while, we're not saying your child should take a drink once in a while. So as long as you kind of can see the difference between the two, I think you're getting it. As long as you can see our satire with all of that. Blaine, anything to add?
I don't know. I mean, does anybody have any questions or comments, or anybody want to add anything? This whole room full of people who do social media, nobody has an opinion. I find that so hard to believe. But okay.
Well, I think one. How do you deal with it when someone like really just has a zinger and is like, oh, how could you do that if you're a horrible person?
It depends.
We ignore them.
Yeah, it depends on your
delete, comment.
Yeah.
It's your friend.
No, or they'll call each other like, "Can you believe what that bitch just said?" It's probably because she's jealous. That's typically what we do. Yeah. No, yeah. We just.
Seriously, we've deleted a lot of comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we
We
moderate.
call each other like, did you see this? Oh my god. Okay.
Somebody left me comments that I can't believe that as open as you are, you moderate your comments. Well, that's why, because I'm not going to let the haters be on my blog. Don't hate me, they said I hate my plain blogging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have thicker skin. You can't really let people get to
If
you.
you don't like it, delete.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty much how we live our lives. So.
Exactly.
Anything else? Yes.
I'm the new one here with you guys, but how did this start?
Okay, this, a long time ago, there was this thing called MySpace, okay? Yeah, it was like some Star Wars shit, right? And I had a particularly busy summer, and I was blogging about it on my MySpace. And some of my friends weren't on MySpace, so I got a Blogger account, so I would cut and paste my blogs. And then, right before PodCamp 3 years ago, Pit Girl stumbled across it and liked one of the posts that I had written and posted it, and like kind of all hell broke loose after that. Like all of a sudden people were reading my blog. I was like, Jesus Christ. And so then like Wormy came to my rescue. I'm like, please help me write. Like I can't.
And it's like I'm getting too hard.
Yeah, I started to panic and freeze, and I mean, and
So what was I gonna write about? I'm like,
yeah, so I'm like, go
John
out,
Waxing.
start tripping. Yeah.
That's what I do? That's what we're gonna write about.
Yeah, her first blog was about vagina waxing. She's written about it since. It's kind of a theme. So then last year, we had some life changes, and we decided, because we were blogging under just mindblowingblog.com, and we decided, you know what, it's more than that now, it's us, So we moved it to Bitchburg in October, right before PodCamp last year.
Mm-hmm.
And
so Bitchburg has been around for 1 year.
Yeah, and Mama always guest blogged. She always did, because she's a very good writer, very funny, and a lot of horrifically, hysterically terrible things happened to her. So she became a regular contributor. I think we started with her, a couple months after we started Bitchburg.
Yeah.
So, and now that's pretty much how it started.
And here we are.
Yeah, so. You're welcome.
How big is your audience?
We get about 400 to 500 a day is average, sometimes more, sometimes less. Depends. We have noticed if we blog more frequently, not surprisingly, our readership tends to go up. So there's a lot of these conversations or IMs between us, like, you need to post a blog.
Yeah, we all do fight out. It your turn. No,
It's your turn. I don't know what I'm
This
talking
one
about.
especially is like a blog crazy woman. Like, you better get a blog out
Who, me?
today.
Yeah, she's like the blog
I'm the
Nazi.
blog Nazi. Hey, someone's gonna be in charge, right? Who did the PowerPoint? Okay, cool.
You actually did the PowerPoint?
Oh, nobody.
If I would have done the PowerPoint, it would have been pathetic. Courtney made it look fantastic, as she always
Anyway,
does.
moving on. So,
Moving on. Okay, we've all pissed off
All
this
those
title
people.
list. Yeah.
so if you're gonna write a blog,
It's just gonna happen.
keep that in the back of your head.
Yeah, and I've noticed myself, as I know more people are reading the blog, I tend to not blog as much about my sex life.
Since when? Exactly.
Yeah, since, well, let's see, I think since I found out my boyfriend's stepdad and mother read the blog. That was,
I can do that.
that was a moment. Because then, of course, the first thing I did was think back to all the things I blogged about fairly recently. I'm like, oh, God. Like, I had done one blog about, like, public sex over Halloween.
Yeah,
which,
the bathroom.
yeah, the bathroom. And then, of course, you know, we got pregnant, and that involved sex, so I was blogging about that. So just knowing that, like, you know, in his mom and I have actually had conversations about it. She's like, oh, sometimes my eyebrows go up.
I have a good story with the coworkers one. I actually wrote a blog about 6 months ago about my boss. And it was a funny story. It wasn't to embarrass my boss. It wasn't, you know, calling her out on anything. It was making fun of her. It was something that she did that was hilarious. So I wrote it. And, you know, things happen, and all of a sudden, your blog will get picked up before you even realize what happened. And it gets picked up and picked up and picked up. It got picked up by another local blog that my boss reads. My boss didn't know about my blog. And then I saw that, and I was like, oh, shit. So I had to hurry up, go back on, and scrub it clean. So, again, if you're going to do something like this, make sure that what you're putting on there, you don't care if somebody finds. Because when things grow organically in the internet, there's no stopping it. So
Yeah, same thing happened
I will not
to me.
blog about
I
it
know.
after.
I wrote a blog about my neighbor, who was quite hilarious, and he found out that his wife was reading the blog, and it said something very not, like, cool about him, so
He was drunk.
You better get in there and delete that
Something that
blog.
she didn't know that he did. Is
Yeah.
what it was.
So it wasn't anything, like, adulterous or anything like that. It was just not speaking very well of his character. So I had to go in and delete that, like,
So,
immediately.
yeah, we have to be a little more careful who we're talking to. So keep that in mind, too.
And my boss found out about the blog the week before I went on maternity leave. Because of a reader. We had an event at my work with the Pittsburgh Technology Council, and one of the members reads the blog and is also friends with me personally. And my boss flew in from Toronto for the event. And I'm sitting with my boss, and my friend came over and he's like, good luck with the baby, good luck with maternity leave, and I'll keep up with you on Bitchburg. And I'm like, thanks. And of course he walks away, my boss is like, what's Bitchburg? I'm like, I can't lie. I'm like, oh, it's nothing. It's this little side project me and my friends have. You don't ever need to read it ever. Like a day before I left for work, it was actually my last day at work, he called me from Toronto, and I just posted my Demi Moore post, which I did naked portraits, which I brought all of them for you guys to look at. And so I did a whole post about it, and he's on the phone with me, and he's like wishing me luck, and he's like, hold on, and I hear typing in this Pittsburgh. I'm like, oh my god. The Demi Moore picture one, he's like, did you write this? I'm like, no. Yeah. I'm like, please don't fire me. So we'll see if I still have a job after the baby. We go back in January, but if he's watching, hi Josh, hi. So we've all kind of had run-ins with coworkers, friends. Junior has stumbled across the blog.
He's watching, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
Adam said to remind you that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, honey,
Hi,
tell
Junior.
her not to watch this.
Turn it off.
The baby doesn't know what I'm saying. He's fine. It was funny, actually. I was leaving. I'm walking in. This is the first time I left the baby. And I'm like, bye, everybody. And I get down the steps, and I'm halfway in the garage. And my boyfriend goes, hey, Junior, you want a beer? I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, there has to be a light. So, okay, so yeah, let's get Junior out of the room.
Now that we've talked about all that other stuff.
Yeah, now that all
Grounded Junior.
Yeah, he's a freshman. He knows we have sex to make the baby. So.
Yeah, and if you didn't know before, he knows.
He knows now, yeah. Sorry, that whole sport thing is a lie. Okay.
To share or not to share? That's what you have to ask yourself. So,
I think we all vary share levels.
we do have various share levels. Shock versus entertainment. I think a lot of what Bling writes is really the shock value in our blog. I don't really try to shock you too much. But this girl is the one that put herself out there the most out of everybody.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we're definitely trying to shock you and entertain you at the same time.
We're not trying to shock you, just I share shocking incidents. It's just how it goes. So, yeah. No, I think I don't try to be shocking, but I definitely try to be like,
You're shocking.
Edgy.
yeah, like edgy. Yeah, but if you say you're edgy, it means you're not edgy right away. So, I don't know.
Takes away
Yeah, it takes away your edginess. So, I don't know. I just I don't hold back a lot when I write. I mean, I definitely do hold back, but I think I do the least out of all. And you
Yeah.
probably do the most, and then you're like in the middle. Yeah. When too much information is a bad thing, I don't know.
Is too much information a bad thing? Let's ask you.
Do you feel like you know too much about us? Do we put too much out there? You know, let's ask you.
Or do you not know enough?
I have boundary issues, so I think it's great.
I
I have like no boundaries, so I'm like,
Okay.
more.
Okay, so you would have watched the flip cam video of my son's birth, is what you're saying.
Totally.
Promised us.
Listen,
It
I have
There
been
was
so
no
fast.
time for it.
She was my
None.
doula. Literally went so fast. It's like he was so excited to get here, and he knew that I podcast.
Eventually.
I would have
I'd say 6 months or so, you would have had a camera.
We thought we had the flip cams all loaded up, and Wormy was going to come, and Wormy was
That's
actually
a
going
live
to
tweet.
film, and
Well,
all of our plans.
I have
went out.
one of Beth, one Blink's legs, and
yeah,
she's
Julie
like,
could have done anything. She was holding a leg, and
"Yeah,
Maverick I
you
did
need
his
the flip
arm.
cam." I'm like,
thing.
no,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm laying there pushing like, where's the flip cam? So I did try. I thought of you
But we're like,
guys.
where's the flip
Yeah. But literally, he just came out so fast, and it was the middle of the night. The timing, I mean, he has no sense of timing, this baby. Like, he gets that from his dad, because my kid would have came in the middle of the day when you all could have been there. So yeah, and unfortunately, we weren't able to live tweet the birth, so. I'm sorry. But the good news is we'll have a special visitor later. You'll get to see that, so. And then when it gets personal, when my dog died, that was probably the most personal I've ever actually gotten on the blog. I'll be honest with you. And probably the birthing story that I just posted. I don't know if you guys got to read that. But it's hard because these are really monumentous moments in my life, and I don't want to make light of them. I mean, my dog dying was the worst thing that's happened to me since my dad passed away. Which that was pre-blog, so I was probably very grateful for that. But you got to walk a line between being entertaining but still handling it with reverence.
And I'm in that spot right now too, because my dad's dying, and I posted about it a year ago, and then I did a follow-up, and now I just won't talk about it. So it's just something that I don't want to be like Debbie Downer to everybody, first of all, because that's not what we're trying to do. But it's also something that's so personal that I can't share it with everybody. So, I mean, there is that comes along too. So don't think that like bad things don't ever happen to us, because they do.
I just
We're
never
just
share.
gonna tell you about it.
You're struggling now too, because Julie or Mom was doing this whole doula thing now, and she wants to keep that separate from Bitchburg, because to her being a doula is like being maternal and crunchy and of
It's two different personalities though, and I was kind of conflicted, and I wasn't writing on Bitchburg for a while because I was kind of feeling like, how can I make these two things mesh together? These don't seem to make sense. But I'm realizing like nothing in life really makes sense. I'm gonna go with it. It's two things I enjoy, and
if you can compartmentalize the two.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm content with that.
Mhm. Any comments, questions?
Well, I agree. 'Cause I found that there's certain things that I can't talk about online
Mhm.
that happen,
Mhm.
and it's just the way it is. Because I mean, if you talk about certain things online that happen to your other persona, so be it,
Right.
then things could happen badly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the other thing too. I mean, I hate to say it, but like, blogging about being pregnant, like, God forbid, what if something would have happened, or we would have complications, or then I would have had to try to come back and explain that to all of our readers. So you're right. When you put yourself out there on a personal level and something doesn't go right, you're running a huge risk. Yeah.
Like
So,
I don't talk about work. I'll
Right.
not blog at all.
but you sure do on Twitter.
It's because the Twitter's not connected to anything.
Right. That's your outlet.
Right.
And everybody needs that. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Next slide.
The man.
The man.
Okay. Who wants to take that one? Why don't you start since you're you're married.
Yeah.
For a long time, Hot Papa, my husband, didn't really get why I was doing this. He kind of he's not into the whole social media thing. He doesn't Twitter. I made his Facebook. Mostly says things like, my wife is so gorgeous. But then he's actually really into it. He loves to read it. He thinks it's hilarious that he's a character in all of this. But I have pissed him off by saying things like him crying at the movie Knocked Up, which he did, cry at that. And he was like, why the hell would you tell people that? That was a personal, private moment between the two of us. And it still is. And like our 1,000 years. We're not going to tell anyone. I'm not going to tell anyone else. So yeah, I mean, I think it can get irritating to him, but at the same time, it's funny. You got to admit. So he admits it too.
After a while.
After a while, yeah.
What part did he cry at, Chachi?
Once you found
When the
out.
baby comes out, it was, you know.
He's a sucker for that stuff.
He is.
He's a big softie.
He is big. He's a huge softie.
Actually, it was funny because
Shut up.
we were camping over Memorial Day weekend. He was talking to Maverick, and he's like, "Just wait till you see that baby come out, man. You're gonna cry." It was great.
What was that?
Did he?
Did he?
Did he cry?
Did he cry?
He did. But he sorry, honey, but he cried when his mom came in there and started crying. He's like, "She gets me every time." Let's see. Remy and I have both been dating our gentleman callers for the same amount of time.
Well, this is Chilla. You guys don't know Chilla.
he's our tech guru.
He is our tech guru. We actually met at PodCamp last year. So we've been together a year, and from day one, our entire relationship has been online. So if you're going to date me, you kind of got to take that too. So he has been a trooper and a great sport about it. But if I do decide to do something a little more personal, I try, for the most part, to ask his permission. You know, to say, "Are you okay?" This one doesn't do that, but because they're married.
Yeah.
Still trying to get to that point. So. Still asking still. So yeah, but I don't think you've ever said no, have you? I mean, I think you've given me the green light for everything. So yeah, so be prepared that if you're going to live online, everything will be different.
Whose idea was the shirt?
Yes. Yeah, when we stand together, stand up there.
Well, I don't know if everyone can see it, but like,
They
they actually
light
light
up.
up, and the closer we get, the more they light up.
So Wormies was staff of the blog.
Yes.
And honestly, I do have to say, if it wasn't for Chilla, our blog would not function, look, or probably be anywhere what it is today. He is truly our tech guy, and
He's awesome.
I'm
We love
grateful.
him.
And he's also our go-to guy for all things technical. I mean,
If you get a chance, ask them to do more bitch slap episodes, because I can't get them.
yeah, you know, again, I had.
sidetracked.
Yeah, we had a baby.
Pull them up to the table.
Yeah. And you know, Maverick's obviously cool about being online. I mean, you know,
Did he give you any kind of
the one
resistance?
blog he told me not to post, and I did it anyway. So I think then he was like,
But I'm saying at the beginning of the relationship, was there any resistance?
yeah.
But tell
He knew what he was in for
Tell
early
me
on.
about him reading the mind ring block all the way through.
Oh, so he found out about the Modeling blog, okay, because we had PodCamp coming up, and he actually went back and read it from like the very beginning.
Which was
like,
years worth.
Years worth of blogs.
That's dedication.
So we're on a date, and he's like asking me about like all these things. I'm like, Jesus God, I can't believe this guy still wants to go on reading. Because has anybody gone back and read the old?
Has anybody read
stuff?
us from the very beginning?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, I used to blog about is Matt or Junior still on?
And
Anyway, just if you ever get a chance, if you're bored or whatever, go back and read it. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff. But again, this was before anybody knew me or knew the blog, or we weren't trying to make it anything. It was just me telling funny stories to my friends, not knowing that the guy that I was eventually going to bear his child was going to go back and eventually use it again.
But again, that's something.
Yeah.
That's also something to think about that you're going to do something like this is what's going to happen in the future. So I mean, we can always take it down. I mean, that was something we decided not to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
We
decided to
made
keep that
a
up.
conscious decision to leave it up. But
Don't judge me.
But I want to, but just as you said that, and me even just being a novice and not doing anything, but I wonder if maybe you don't want to do that. What, of your blogging and just go, think about Do you know what I mean? Because that would be my problem, is that I'd always be thinking about
You're gonna overthink
what's
it?
going to happen, and then I wouldn't do it. And I thought maybe that's part of why this is so special, is
Because
just
we didn't think about it.
get it out.
Honestly, we didn't have time to think about it. If we would have sat down and thought about it, we probably wouldn't even have the blog. But it happened.
Exactly.
And it's here, and it's out there, and I feel like we don't want to stop it now. And people have already read it, and there's, things live on the internet forever. So even if we took the blog down, it's out there. That content's still out there. This is what I tell my son, about, the sexting. And I hope it works. If you're watching, don't do that. So yeah, we've kind of decided, we've kind of moved past that, but we have definitely thought about that, and we're like, we're all doing okay now, so.
And I think we put a lot more thought into it now than we did at the very beginning.
Yeah, you can definitely see
I mean,
Yeah, we were a lot more racy when nobody.
Yeah. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I mean, if we're censoring ourselves.
People are still reading the show. Okay, or any other questions or comments on this? Anybody feel like they want to know something else about us that we haven't talked about?
Questions, comments, feedback, go. Anyway.
If Matt Link wanted you to take it down, and you thought, you do have an option for removing a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Last year's session with Fit Girl about basically how to erase your history.
Yes.
If Matt Link asked you when he's old enough, this is awful, take it down.
Oh, you mean the baby? Okay. Are we Skyping in now?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. We got a special visitor. We'll ask him what he thinks. Honey, you're on. Can you see that?
Yeah, he sees you're behind.
He sees that a lot. Maybe I'll move. Is he better now? Or should I be?
You're at the bottom. See at the bottom?
No.
Yeah.
Bottom
You're at the
box.
bottom box.
I don't have my glasses on.
Here, look here.
Yeah.
This box is us.
Okay, what's he doing?
Oh, there's Junior.
And can he talk?
Can you hear you?
Can you hear me?
That's
I don't think. Well,
I think there was a yet.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Josh, how do you get the sound?
We're trying to get sound.
Oh, you told me you didn't.
I didn't think.
Okay, we're getting sound. Hold on.
You diva.
To answer your question, I
Okay,
don't know.
who's Junior? Junior, who are you calling? I can see you.
It's me. I can't talk right now. I know, they're plugging it in right now. Okay? Oh, their microphone's not working. They can hear us just fine. Okay, does anybody have any questions for Junior or Maverick while we have them on here? Okay. That's my little family, because you guys put up with me all the time. What, honey, I really don't know what to do right now. Yes,
Ask if any of his friends at school read.
Kyle, Junior. I want to know if any of your friends at school know about my blog.
Of course not.
He goes, Morgan Butch, but that's it. So we go right down Morgan Butch.
Wait, you stay
Okay, so does Junior have aspirations of doing his own blog or his own podcasts and things like that? Is he inspired?
They want to know if you ever want to blog, Junior. If you are inspired by us to want to do something online. He said, "Let's hope." That's not really a very expansive answer.
Very cryptic.
Okay. Yes. Yes, I do. That's better. Okay. Apparently, yes. Any other? No.
Anybody else want to ask the guys anything? Those guys?
Oh, that's why I'm leaving right after this. All right, well, I'm going to hang up now. We're going to probably disconnect, I guess. I don't know unless anybody... You okay? So, all right, I love you guys. I'll be home real soon, okay?
Bye.
All right, bye. Bye. family affair, apparently. So we all, but yeah, I don't know what I'll do in Mad Bling God order. I mean, obviously, Junior's kind of grown up with it. He's sort of used to it, and he kind of, I think, enjoys the notoriety a little bit, or a lot.
A lot, yeah, a lot.
A lot of people here have met him in person and know he actually likes it. And if Matt brings anything like his mom and dad, I don't think he's going to have a problem with it either. So
I was just curious because Bird Baby said that, if her kid wanted it gone, it would be gone.
yeah, I mean, if it was detrimental or harming him, or and even like psychologically in any kind of way, I would cease and desist because your child's mental health is paramount. Junior's already lost cause.
I was gonna say with the genes working.
Yeah, right.
Do you guys ever disagree when a post is going to go up on what should be in it or anything like that?
No, I don't think we ever disagree. On the content, you mean?
Yeah, it's
No.
to be posted.
No.
But
As far
you
as
do see what's going to be posted before
Yeah, we
it goes
share.
up.
We
Yeah,
share the
we do
first
edits for each
proofread.
other.
She's like Eagle Eye. She
Yeah.
finds all our typos.
Although there's one of my little
There is?
I have to cut and paste some word off it.
But yeah, as far as content, man, everyone's allowed to pretty much put out whatever they want. And
Yeah.
then the only thing I think we fight most about is when. Like they
Yeah,
say,
like she's with their blog Nazis.
yeah, like let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, it's not so much like what I wanted to post today and what I was going to post today. It's
Yeah,
never that.
that's
It's more like
never
she's
common.
telling us, okay, hurry up and put something out there.
Yeah, we're not on any kind of schedule. There's no. I mean,
We go with the flow.
Yeah.
You've had multiple posts in one day.
Yeah,
And then we've gone a week with nothing.
I will say, like, if she wanted to post something in the morning and I wanted to post something the same day, I would just like wait till after lunch or early evening, just to give that a chance to not get buried.
Yeah, well, that's also why we set up the blog the way we have it set up, where we have it cut. So that way, if you're going on, you can just scroll very quickly and see, I read that, oh, I didn't read that one. So instead of having it expanded to the whole page of your screen,
See all the titles.
yeah,
right
that's
there.
why we have it cut, so it's a little easier to sort through. And then you can see what's new. Anything else? Any other questions?
People posted on here that you need to get your own talk show.
We want to put Chelsea Handler out. That's
Yeah.
like that's our whole thing right now.
We think we're funnier.
We're
than her,
so much
and I
funnier
think
than
we're
her.
better looking too. No.
I love Chelsea Handler.
I don't say I love her, but I'll take the bitch down.
Where's Trish? We need her.
Yeah, so we need her to cut.
There she is.
I would let you. I love her. We work together, so she knows that she's known both sides of me the whole time. And she works in Houston, so whatever. Yeah, so that's any other questions? Now's your chance, because God knows you're not going to read anything about us online ever. Anything?
No. Okay. This is just our contact information. We have a Facebook fan page. What's that? Yeah, we have it. If you're, follow us on Twitter, we all have our own personal Twitter accounts, and then there's always the Bitchburg Twitter account, which is mostly, we use that for when we put up a new blog post, put that out there, and if we have anything funny that we're saying to each other, as far as I am or text, I'll try to cut the case out just because it's hilarious. So,
All right, well,
and we're on iTunes. Why did I put that on there? Fail. Yeah, we have our podcast on iTunes as well.
I hope you're all speaking it up more stunning in person than you thought I would be. But that's how nice.
Did you say? I said about podcast.
Bitch slap.
How many episodes are there?
2, 3, 4. This is the one that got on us last night.
I know. Well, I didn't know because I wasn't there last night. I was breastfeeding.
Is that Junior?
It involves
Camera?
Matt, that was I was breastfeeding Matt Bling, and you know what? I almost actually took a picture, not with my boob, but if I'm on it, and I almost hashtagged that you guys were at the meet and greet,
Almost.
hey, this
You
guy's
should
like,
have.
yeah, it's hard to type and not one-handed, and I got an iPad for my birthday, so I'm feeling very, very geeky.
After Chilla showed you how to use it.
And by the way, I have some questions. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, I hope that you keep reading, and, we're always, you can email us too. We're always here, and we love all you guys.
Oh, yeah.